Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here, and we are having class today with um, Cathy Burnell. And so she's coming in a few minutes, and I'm just organizing my little dance floor here, and that's all I know. So hopefully she'll be here soon. So just sit back if you want to enjoy a little class here, everybody. Photoshop class. It's the basics today, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be really interesting. And let's see if I can give us a little. There we go. And our love will be done. So there you go, everybody. Today is Adobe's Basics Photoshop class, tips and tricks. And if I can move over to be in the center here and get ready for our class. Okay. Boom. Hello, Norman.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm not gonna make it today. I'm just outside walking around, okay?
That's okay. That's all right. I'm
Okay,
teaching.
so I didn't wanna hang you up.
Oh, you're not. No, you're not. I'm teaching another class. So I'll talk to you tomorrow or the next day.
Tomorrow's Weed Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably call you Thursday then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello,
I can't hear you. Let's see here. Okay, try again.
hello.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Hang on. Let me I have a
Okay.
music thing on. Hang on. Okay, perfect. Okay, there we go. Hi, Cathy. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
Jeff. Nice to
Hey.
meet you and see you finally.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So we're filming this on Facebook, and then I sent you the email for our class. We have a class inside, and so a group on Facebook, a group little place where people come and they look at other people's classes, and so you can go back and see everything we did today.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Perfect.
Yeah, so that's on Facebook, and that'll be great. That'll be great.
Okay. Okay. Will do.
So would you like to ask me some questions, or would you like me to tell you my history or share with me, before we
I
get started?
you know what, Jeff? I'd like to get a clearer picture of how best to be prepared and
Uh-huh.
kind of, I think I've already asked, do I need to really be on top of it and take a lot of notes, or can I focus and see what you're doing? And are we going to work
Well, the best thing to do, the best thing that I can suggest, and I'm super patient, super easy. Norman, who just called me, is one of my pain in the rear students. He does the same thing. He pays me by the hour outside of Hey Tutor, and that's a good place to find me. So you found me anyways, and so we go on that basis. But the deal is that he goes, I don't find my mouse. I don't know, so he's very slow. He's not very literate in computer, but he's got a $3,000 camera. He goes and he shoots birds, and he shoots them all blurry because he didn't shoot the right shutter speed. and he didn't come to me to ask me before he went down to the Galapagos, how to maximize this or that, or get a class with me on shooting birds, whatever it is. I'm really patient and really good. I'm a good teacher. I met Ansel Adams when I was 17. And
Yeah.
so those things in my bio help me to be an OG, and not a superstar. I'm not collected in all the galleries, which I should be, but the bottom line is that I love what I do.
Yeah.
Here's one of my photographs.
Oh, how beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
grandmother Aggie. That's grandmother Aggie and her daughter.
Oh, wow.
But that's what I do. I walk the planet and I find beautiful people and beautiful souls.
Wow.
And so and I'm printing a project right now for the Wooden Boat Festival, and it's really fun. I'll show you one of those photos here. No, try not to lose- oh, these here.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's beautiful.
And
Wow.
then, so over here is my printer. It's behind my green screen. But anyway, so yeah, I'm here for basics. I'm here for intermediate. I'm here for anything you want. Over the
Okay.
course of time, if you choose to stay with me and have a weekly session or bi-weekly, I work on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Then what we do is we go at your speed, at your pace,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
and you tell me, is this basically for your project world, for your professional world, for your personal world, for collages
Right. Right.
and
Right.
families? Do you want to do flyers? Do you have children you need to make things for? However it is, none of
Okay.
it bothers me. I'm
Okay.
here to help you
Okay.
communicate with the world through Adobe.
Okay, wonderful. You know what, Jeff?
Yeah.
I used to really be involved more so in taking pictures and trying to understand my camera, and I did to a degree, but I always felt like I never mastered it. I have taken a lot of fun pictures and got lucky. I say lucky because I didn't perfect it. So I have a lot of pictures and I've framed and I've made cards to personalize and send them out. So I like that. Right now, a lot of things have changed, but in my life, we bought a house and blah blah blah. Now we're here. Things are really kind of crazy right now. However, I put the taking photos aside for now, but there's a project that I have had in my head personally for many years, and I finally scanned about 60 photos, a lot of them black and white, and about I think 100 at least letters from my brother from Vietnam. And so,
Wow.
yeah, so my project in my head and in my heart is, and I think I correctly put them all in Photoshop. And I think I have them in Lightroom too. And I mean, that's probably a silly even statement because
Sure.
probably go hand in hand.
You're gonna love the way that I can assist you to organize your world and to put them in not only folders, but master folders with subfolders that will make sense. And then you can find them anytime you want, not just by date or by color or by this, that, by all the tools that Adobe gives us to find
Okay.
something that we made 3 years ago, you
Oh,
know?
wow. Okay. Because yes, I do
And I'll
not.
show you my book projects. I've published 4 books online. I'm on my 5th one right now. And so I'm really a good soul to do that. I want to start a company or business where, for $6,000, I'll fly to your house, spend the weekend, and I'll scan all your stuff and produce a book with you right then and there with my laptop.
Wow.
And then it's an online book for you and your family,
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what I like to do, well, just getting started on this project, I think I kind of got it chronologically. Not it, I'm just saying that in my head, that I see
Right.
everything happening. But in between that, which I haven't worked on yet, is I'd like to write maybe just a little paragraph about what was going on during that time and how the family
Mhm.
was, and then after his passing, because he passed away, and kind of end with some photos. I mean, I have a whole thing going on in my head, but right now, Jeff, I'm thinking, why don't we make sense of the photos that I have and how to maybe clean them up? Because there's old letters and they're old photos, but I need to make them pop.
That's okay. It's totally, it's not, I tell everybody that Photoshop is intuitive. If you think it's there, it is there. And I don't allow anybody to use the contrast bar. I go in and I do everything else. I use other texture tools and I do other ways to get contrast out that are lossless, that don't affect the integrity of the file. And so, again, these aren't going to be blown up like, like
Right,
this,
right,
you're not,
right.
you don't need to make that statement, but
Exactly.
I know how to do that. That's the groovy thing about me, is that I know how to do that. And you're damn tootin' that you got a good teacher and a good patient human to help you.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
that's me.
Yeah. So how do we do this?
And
Do we share the screen?
yeah, what I'll do here is I'll share a screen with you here. Before I share a screen, I'm gonna get my book here. I'll show you.
Sure.
So here is the first book that I created. Um, Let me get rid of this file here in the way here. Here's the first book that I created, and it's called um
Book at
as
60, photo book at
yeah,
60.
book. Yeah. So this is my book that I made, and that's
Wow, it's
me.
beautiful.
That's me. And then um
I like
there's
that
a
size a lot.
there's a thing, and then
Yeah.
my best friend who's a writer wrote this, and he says, my dear friend Jeff Eichen is many things. He is a kind soul, artistic and gentle free spirit, a fighter for social justice and human equality, a raw foodie, and a lover of adventure, a quick wit and sense of humor. But most of all, it was apparent from the time I first met him 50 years ago, Jeff is a gifted photographer. Throughout this book, we see examples of what I'm talking about, whether it's his early stunning black and white nature photography or bold prints of graffiti. Jeff is sharing his unique, beautiful creativity and fascinating vision and talent. And for that, we are lucky.
Oh, wow. Nice.
For that, we are lucky. And then it goes into some of my early projects. and then my photography. And so you have the
Wow.
light, and then me.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, it's all fuzzy, but
Yeah. No, but it looks beautiful. I love those photos. Wow. I love the size of that book too. That's a, especially for photos. Nice.
here, let me.
Oh God, eventually I'm gonna pick some of my favorite photos I've taken and make a book like that.
Hang on. I'm gonna turn the green screen off for a second here.
Okay.
Um, Okay, so the green screen's off, so now that's Santa Barbara during the Santa Barbara fire, back in '90s. Um, there's me again. I'm just randomly opening up pages. There's graffiti.
Oh, wow. Wow,
Um,
great photos.
there's the Native American tribal boats. There's another boat.
Wow. I
This
love
is
it.
my walk on the planet. So what I did at 60 is I took my series. I mean, I have folders of flowers, I have folders of boats, I have folders of of graffiti, I have folders of
Uh,
people.
Uh-huh. I have a folder of I call it heart photos because when I walk or find little things, they were shaped like hearts. Funny little things that were shaped like hearts.
So there's the big book, and then I'll show you my little books here are quite cute. I just did these this summer. Um, I have a t-shirt book that I made, and it's a smaller book, but it's about t-shirts
Oh,
at the Oregon Country Fair.
oh my
And I
goodness.
just walk up to people and I shoot their t-shirts. And then I made a whole book out of t-shirts.
Cool. And that's a hard copy, right? That looks really
That's a
cool.
hard copy. Yeah, that's a hard copy book. And
Yeah.
then the other book here is the Oregon Country Fair book. And again, I write at the beginning, you tell the story of your brother in Vietnam, and
Right.
then you start the story. And because they're online and you can upload things, and there's really beautiful templates, they help you to do it really well and easy. You can do this. Those templates, you just drop a photo into that square and it turns into this page right here, and then it drops into this page, and you can put you can put words below it. You just have to be, breathe. And the idea is to get through life and to make these legacy books, these little books, these legacy books that are left for your grandchildren
Yeah.
and for people around you,
Right. Right.
and then the last book is for the project I'm working on right now, and that's the wooden boat book.
That's right. Okay.
And I published that a few years ago, and that's all my wooden boat photography.
Good. That is, now these photos aren't dropped in a template until they're cleaned up, right? Like,
Oh, no, I don't do any Photoshop. I mean, any photographs in final projects. Of course, you're not gonna have a show with dusty prints.
right. Okay. So
And
that's
I will show you the special tools. I'll show you everything that it takes to get through this life that we live in doing restoration,
okay. Okay.
you know,
I
in
don't,
restoration.
yeah, it'll be interesting, Jeff. You'll have to see the photos because I don't think there's real bad. They're just kind of small.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you'll just have to see them. I think I do have it. I do have the file in Lightroom and Photoshop.
Okay, so Do you pay for the two for pack where you get Photoshop and Lightroom every month? Are you
Yeah,
online?
yeah,
You're online.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you have CC. So that's fantastic. Let
Okay.
me would you like to have me give you a basic and you can ask questions this morning and then you can go back and review the I'm going to share my screen with you now and then you
Oh,
can ask
okay.
me questions. I'll
Okay.
share with you a couple folders and subfolders and just the basics. We'll go really slowly and
You,
what
you
yeah
know what, Jeff?
yeah
Also, I mean, you can probably even start with me because again, I jumped in the Photoshop and Lightroom here and there. Again, I don't master anything. I just have fun with what I'm having fun. If I get
let's start off super basic and let me show
okay,
you how I
okay,
roll and then
like,
we'll see how you roll because it's
okay,
I can enable both of
perfect,
us to share
perfect.
screen.
Okay,
So I'm going to share screen with you right now
okay.
and let me optimize my stuff
I
here.
mean, you can
Share.
even show me how to bring in a photo properly. I think I'm doing it right because I obviously
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
it.
of course. Of course. So can you see my screen now?
I can.
Okay, so now I'm going to take this away and put that to the side. Hang on. So, okay. So that goes away. That goes away. And then, okay, so I don't have Lightroom open, so we're going to open up Lightroom and I'm going to show you Lightroom.
Okay.
Boom. Okay. 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 So, um, the basics of Lightroom here is that you open Lightroom and you get a large photograph that is here, that on the bottom is in your little light table here where all your slides are, like in the old days.
Mhm.
And the white one is the one that you can see. So see what I'm saying? You can
Yeah.
also use your keyboard. What I like to share with you is that if you do have a pad and paper,
Mhm.
and I give you certain keystrokes,
Mhm.
it's really important for you to say X equals Y. So I will speak it out and wait for you to write it down. You can also go back into the video, but it's always great to leave the
Sure.
class with like 10 super Jeff Icons keystrokes that'll save you hours upon hours in your daily needing to learn how to clone, how to soften things, and so on and so forth. So, do you have that pad with you
I
right
do.
there?
I do. I'm
Okay, so that's what I want you to do is to
okay.
hang on. Let me get zoom up. Okay, I wanna see you here. Hang on. Okay, now I can see you. Okay, I've got two screens. All right. So anyway, so this is my photography. This is how I roll, and you can now. There's a difference between hitting inside the photo and outside of the photo. You learned that in a couple of lessons from here, but these are all my photographs down here. Now, a really beautiful basic thing is to hit G as in gardener or God or giant. And
Mhm.
if you hit G, you'll get your thumbnails.
Oh, just G.
G equals thumbnails or grid.
Okay.
Okay, so that's how I want you to start to do your shortcuts is have G equals, okay,
Okay.
grid or thumbnails. Now,
Okay.
if you hit the plus sign, watch the plus sign. The plus sign makes them bigger. The minus sign makes them smaller. So that's very helpful also when you're looking to see is this photograph sharp. So I go over here to the to the flags. Now I'm on flags. It represents itself down here at the
Uh-huh.
bottom of the table and also up here. Then I
Right.
hit the space bar. The space bar will bring it into a quick edit opportunity,
Right.
and it'll show me everything. So now there's going to be one new catch to this party here is I'm going to, are you on Mac or Windows?
I'm on Mac.
Okay, so you hit the command or the Apple and you click on a second photograph and look what happens. You have both photographs there. So command click means um, that it will multiply your photograph. So if I do command click on a third one, I got three of them. But I only want two for right now because if I want to see those side by side,
Huh?
C in Lightroom, C, the capital C for Cathy,
Uh-huh.
equals compare.
Oh, okay.
So you could be working on one photograph and you can
Yeah.
change the color or the style, and then you can select two photographs and you can compare them, which is very, very handy
Yes.
to decide which one you want to do. I showed these to my girlfriend the other day and she says, "Oh, print the light blue one. That's the best." I said, "Which one should I print for the show?" So that's there. You hit C again and it'll bring you back to the single view, and then I undo that one by having command click on that one. So I'm back to there, but I'm not in develop mode yet, okay?
Okay.
So basics, and I'm going a little fast, but the basics of this, and you can go back and listen to this, the
Okay.
basics of this view that we have is it's here normally you'll come up with this quick develop mode here. So quick develop allows us to go to exposure. I hit the double exposure and it got too much. Okay, so that was two times. That's one time. That's normal. And that's backwards. That's backwards one, backwards two. So instead of that, do you know the undo keystroke, which is Command or Apple Zebra?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's command. It's the same thing for Photoshop. So I go Command Z, and it undoes and it goes back to my normal. Okay,
Huh?
so without going too fast for you, I'll review that
Jeff,
when you're in.
can I ask a
You okay?
question right here though? Okay, on your, well, when you said quick develop, how
The
did you
quick
get,
develop is
how did
on the
that
side
come up?
here. Right here on the side, it says quick develop. Okay,
Right, but
and it wasn't showing, so I put the arrow down, and that's quick develop. And you can change the color, the white balance. You go as shot or auto or day. So auto will change the color for the outdoors or the indoors. So you can
that's always
also,
there.
that's always there, but we're not in develop mode yet. Develop mode is more detailed. This is not
Okay,
where you're going to do all your work. The
okay.
quick mode is if you've got hundreds of photos and you select five of them and you want to put
Oh,
them all brighter, you click
oh,
on this and they'll all go bright at the same time.
oh, okay, okay.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so again, there's time to learn all that stuff. So
Sure.
I'm going to click in the frame of the photo, not inside the photo, and it'll
Okay,
get rid of all those selections that I had. So
okay,
now, we take the photograph and we go back to G, as in God, and we get to grid. Okay, so again, it's either single mode, quick develop, or it's grid. Okay, so
okay,
that's pretty good there. Okay,
okay,
and there's one other thing that I want to share with you here. When you right click a photograph, it's going to say go to folder in library, which is where you downloaded it to on your external hard drive, or it's going to say where it is in collections. So this photograph actually lives in many collections, okay? So I can go to the finals, the master, original OG, or my picks, okay? Because it's flagged as a pick.
okay,
Okay, so I can go there. I'm going to stay right here because this is the folder I'm working off for my show today. But when you right click any photograph, I can take this one here and I can right click it. It's going to tell me where that photograph is. Again, it's in the same
Yes.
position. But
Okay.
because it says it's in quick collection, I'm going
Um,
to teach you how to do a quick collection right now. Okay,
okay.
so what you do is when you import your photographs, you're going to import photographs and importing your photographs. Hang on, I'm going to right click this and I'm going to add a color to that so I can find it again. So I right click and I add color. So I'm going to add red to that. Watch. Now I can find that. So I'm going to go back up to my previous import. That's what I imported yesterday. Okay. So I imported those three photographs and they're all different actually, but I imported them. So that always lived there. But above previous import is quick collection.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So when I highlight a photograph in anything, if I have 100 photographs on my grid and I highlight one photograph and I know it's in quick collection, I can click on quick collection and it'll show me. But this view shows me that it's not in quick collection. So what do? I hit the letter B for boys. So B equals on your list, B equals quick collection. So it says, see, add to quick collection.
Uh,
Now, when you hover over this photograph, it should have a dot that says it's in quick collection. Well, it's not in this view, but normally there's a dot there that allows me to
oh,
go to quick collection. So
okay.
now what I do is I go into quick collection and I wait for it to populate, and it goes right to that photograph. Okay,
Yeah.
so it goes right to that photograph. All right, so that photograph is in quick collection. If I hit B again, it's going to take it out of quick collection. Watch, it
Okay.
removed it from quick collection, so
Yeah.
it's not there anymore. It went away. So because I did that wrong, I'm going to hit Command Z
Okay.
and see if I can bring it back. Okay, so there it is. It came back. Okay, so it's really beautiful that Photoshop and Lightroom and Adobe products are intuitive and they work. They totally work. So I'm going to hit plus here,
Okay.
and I'm going to hit plus again, and one more time. Okay, and so
Because you're
I
making
don't
it
need to
bigger.
move it. Yeah, making it bigger just to share with you, the whole thing. When you see in your folders something that you imported a year ago or 6 months ago, or you have two hard drives and it's not there,
Mhm.
that exclamation point will tell you that it's on Dragon Fruit. That's a different hard drive that's not connected to my computer right now. So
Mm.
that's why it doesn't see that. It's really
Oh,
intelligent.
wow.
It's really intelligent. So anyway, so that photograph, the angels don't want me to see it today, so it's not there. So again, you highlight a photograph, hit the space bar, and you get into quick collection, quick fixing. So if I want to darken that 2 times,
Uh-huh.
I click on it and it will darken it. Watch.
Ah,
So it darkened it 2 times, but I want to uplight it one. So I darkened it again by accident. So now I'm going to go Command Z, undo decrease 1/3, and I want to up it one. Okay, so I upped it one. And then I up it again to bring it back to where it was when I brought it in. And that's how it lives. So that's its original state and status. Over here, okay, we're going to go back over to I'll call this the drawer, okay? So over
okay.
here in this drawer, in this area, in the navigator, it's this photograph, okay? So you come back over here to the left-hand side where all your folders are, and
Okay.
don't be intimidated by all your folders, um,
Yeah.
is that I'm keeping this one open because I made it red. I right clicked it and I put a color to it. I added a color to it. So now today, after I'm finished with you, I can go back to my project quickly. Not, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know,
Oh,
sometimes you can, sometimes, do you know how to make a screenshot in Mac?
I do.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
Shift
sometimes you can
Command
make a
3.
screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you can, you know, and Command 4, Shift Command 4 gives you a box you can make, okay?
Okay.
So
Command.
Shift Command 4 will allow you to do anything on your screen. So write that one down too, because that's going to be worth your
Okay.
price of admission today. You'll use this
Okay.
more than you do Command 3, because
And what
Command
does it
3 is the
allow me
whole
to do
window.
again, Jeff? What is Shift
Huh?
Command 4? What does Shift Command 4 allow me to do in Lightroom again?
Watch, watch. In anything, Shift Command 4 allows you to watch. If I want to, hang on,
Okay.
something just happened improperly here. So cancel. Okay. If I want to just capture this photograph to send as in an email, instead of exporting it, going all the way down here and going to my export dialog and going to export, I can Shift Command 4. So watch what my tool does. My tool will become a square. Shift Command 4 becomes
Oh,
this
okay.
square, and I
Okay.
can go up here
You
and I
select.
can make this, and I can grab that, and then it comes down here, and look what I just did. I just created that, and that lives on my desktop. So that photograph that I just Shift Command 4 on, I'm going to
Yes.
cancel that. Watch this. Is I'm going to go to my I'm a keyboard shortcut freak because I love to teach and to
Sure.
use keyboard shortcuts for longevity of my heart, soul, and time on the computer, so we can get
Sure.
out of here and walk in the forest, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so what happens here is that I'm gonna hit a new command new get an empty Finder window because I want to use those other Finder windows, not distress them. Go to my desktop. I want to be sure that we're on date modified, and then everything that we just did will come to the top. So what I do is I look to see where that photograph is that I just did. Okay, it's got to be here, or it's got to come up in a second. Hang on. Let's see here if I go out of it and come back into it. Hang on. Boom, boom. It should be here. Hang on. Sometimes it takes a little bit to adjust to it. So we'll go back here and do this again, and we'll go Shift Command 4, and we'll go boom, let go. Okay, and then it should show up there. They nine. There it is. Okay, so it's on top because we have our
Sure.
groups as modified. If you want to do name, name is how you find most anything else, okay? But I always keep it at date modified. And I like this view. This view um, is the columns view. And so I like the column view when you look at a photograph, it'll show you the thumbnail and the information about that photograph. So you can use your arrows also. I'm just using my arrows
Okay.
to go through here, and so this is how I'm doing in my Finder. So we go back to Lightroom, and we showed you how to do a screen capture with Shift Command 4. So
Yeah.
we're in Quick Collection, okay? So let's go back to previous imports. So, and I'll show you how to take a card with your photographs on it and import them into previous imports. Once I put these photographs here, once I take these photographs, and I mean, once I put something new into the computer, I bring it in, previous imports will disappear.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Because today is Tuesday,
Mhm.
tomorrow is Wednesday. If I bring 5 photographs in today into this
Uh-huh.
area where I'm importing them, I say now import.
Okay.
So I click on import
Mhm.
and it says choose a selection. So I choose my card, okay, which I don't have a card in or anything like that. I bring a photograph in there. Before I import anything today, I be sure that I highlight everything from yesterday. I organize everything. Okay, I've got 3 photographs in there, and I go down to Wooden Boat Art New, and I grab them. I grab them because I highlighted them all. And you see, it says 119. I put it in there, and it says moving files on disk, blah, blah, blah. So I say cancel because I don't want to do anything. But normally I just drag them and put them in there. I can also go into an art folder. Okay. So I have right here, I have art 2023. Okay. And so that's a master folder there. But inside that folder, I have activism, animals, daily shot. But let's see if there's a wooden boat folder in there. So I go down to see if there's a schooner, kaleidoscope. So there's not a wooden boat folder in there. But if I want to make a wooden boat folder in there, I go back up to the hierarchy. And again, we will take a whole class on this to share with you how to organize your photographs. And since this photograph, I mean, this folder is right here, the art folder, you don't click on it, you right click it, and you go create a collection, and I'm going to call this wooden boat. But I decided not to do that. I decided to create a collection set. So I'm going to go Wooden Boat Festival 23. Um, so I put the date of today. So that's the date that I'm importing these to. I mean that I created that folder for. So now let's see where that folder is. That's going to be a hierarchy photo, and it's right there. So this means it's a file folder. It's empty right now. But when I right click that, I create a collection, not a collection set. I create a collection, and I go Lady Washington, LADYWA, and I say create, and watch what happens is Lady Washington becomes part of that folder now, and there's 2 photographs in there because I only had 2 highlighted. So if I want to get the other photograph in there, what I do is I take this and I make a color to it. I add a red to it because I like red today.
Mhm.
So it's red. So I know how to find that fast. And then we go back up here to previous import, and I didn't have that version of that one in there. So now I go back down to the red, and I know I was in art.
Right.
So I
It's
was in
green.
art. It's open. Art is open. And I go down here to Lady Washington, and I do nothing but I drag that third one in there. And see, it says 2. Now it says 3. And so now I'm beginning to organize and get the handle on my my hierarchy um, set that I created. So if you have a set that says Vietnam project,
Yeah.
underneath that set you would have portraits, you would have um, battle, you would have travel, you'd have all these sub little folders, but that's where you create them. You create little collection photographs, and then once you have your thumbnails here, you can grab. So if I only wanted to grab these 2 and I wanted to grab them, then I take those 2 and I put them in the subfolder. So you can organize yourself very, very
Okay.
carefully,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. It
So
was a great project.
it's super fun
Yeah.
to begin to learn the drawer that has life in there. Again, here are all my photographs that I was working on for my wooden boat project. that I'm printing and having a blast at. And so this is that. That's what I know is to share with you um, for the morning. What we do here is if I import, I have previous import. Those three were there. Now I'm going to take the card out of my camera. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to take the card out of my camera, and I'm grabbing my import little thing here, and I'm going to stick it in here, and I'm going to say import. Boom. And let's see if it's going to read that card. Maybe I got a card that it couldn't read. Hang on. Hang on, I'm going to get a card that it can read. It's like going to the dentist and your tooth was hurting all night and then it doesn't hurt when you get there.
Yeah.
Hang on. I don't know what's wrong with it. All right, so there's a card. Right. So you hit the card, and there's no photos in that card actually. So blow me down. Hang on. Hang on. So now I get my last card on my desk here. I have a bunch of bad cards that are sitting here.
I can imagine.
I don't know what to do here. So let's see if this card will read. So it's not reading that card either. Okay. So we won't worry about reading a card right now. What we'll do is we'll go to Maui, and we'll go into AA photos. So this is, for example, this is like getting a card, okay? So we're gonna go into clouds, okay? So I'm gonna import all of these, okay? Let me show you. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to see how to import?
I am ready.
Okay, so what you do is you see that there's a checkbox above every photo.
Hmm.
Okay, if you click on one and then you hit the space bar,
Hmm.
it unchecks that. It's very, very intuitive. I space barred that again. Okay, you can also go in and just hit the checkbox, but I like just to roll over it and hit the space bar. Okay, so if I command A those and I select all of them and I hit the space bar, then I can get a block of photographs. Say there was 20 photographs in here. Um, so I can, if I only want to import this one and this one, I hit the space bar, and those are the only two photographs that will come in. Okay,
Okay. Hmm.
and so that's pretty cool. Then how do we increase the size? We hit the plus button there, and there we go. Now it looks better for teaching and online stuff.
Okay.
So what you do is they go dark when they're not checked. So
Okay.
now if I if I highlight one in the frame, not in the center, but in the frame, I
Mhm.
get the frame to show up, and that's the one that I'm going to be working on. But we're not imported yet. So what happens is I hit Command A
Huh?
for all, and then I hit the space bar, and they go empty, and then one more time, they all are going to be imported now. So what I do is I come down to the bottom right. I always tell Norman, the guy who called, I said, bottom right, you can do it. You can do it. And he's like chugging his mouse over, where? So, anyway, so you hit the import button, and these are coming off of that external hard drive, or let's say the card. Now, watch what happens. We lost the Lady Washington, but up here, it's importing. You see your
Oh, yeah.
drying paint. you see your drying paint, and now here
Right.
they are. Now here they are.
Oh, under previous import.
Yeah, and so that's always when you wake up in the morning, that's what you did yesterday.
Right, right.
And if you're excited and you shot a birthday party last night or something
Yeah.
and you want to bring them into Lightroom, forget it until you put these somewhere. Look, until you put these somewhere, you know?
Right,
Until
right,
you put those somewhere, they're not organized yet. They're in your
right,
computer, but they're not
right.
organized yet,
Okay,
okay?
okay,
So, I want you to write this down,
okay,
okay? So
okay.
what I'm going to do here is I'm going to unread these without you looking. So I'm going to go B. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is show you how I mandatory for myself have a workflow that allows you to always be able to find your favorite photographs very quickly. So, for example, I like that black and white one there. I, I like that one, and I like that one. Actually, I like them all. So, they come in uncolored and they come in unquick masked. So, if I hit B, B will add to quick collection, okay? What
Okay,
we have to do is we have to check one of these and go B again. So it's removed. So we do it again, we click it again, it's in there. So it did work, but I'm gonna click them all and I'm gonna hit the number 6. 6 is the insignia for red, set label to red. So they all got red labels now. So in the future, I can have a whole folder of things that I'm not going to use from the day that I shot, and I can go into view and I can sort them according to their label color, not their capture time. Okay? And
okay.
that helps me. So for example, if I do this and I take one photograph and I take it out of label,
Mhm.
okay, it throws it on the end because it threw it out of, and so these are the ones that are the hierarchy. If I like this one the best of all of them, I hit P as in Paul, and
Mhm.
what does it say? Flag is picked. So now this photograph is not only, see down here at the bottom,
Huh?
this is a better view. This is a better view. There's a flag on this one, and there's a quick collection tag on it.
Oh,
So there's a little ball that says all these are in quick collection, so you
mhm,
can find them from
mhm.
yesterday. And there's a flag, and the flag is what I did when I said P. See, it says photo is
Right.
flagged, and that means out of those three, that's my favorite shot.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
so there's a way to work through everything. Then, when you're in your folder, when you right click, um, when you go to organize these, what you're going to do is you're going to go Command A and click them all.
Mhm,
We're in previous import,
mhm.
okay, and you're going to go down to let's throw them in wooden boat for a minute. So they're not in wooden boat, so I'm going to grab all of them,
Yeah.
okay, click and drag, and I'm going to put them into wooden boat new. Okay, so it says this will cause correspondings on disk to move. So I don't want to move those because I'm in a hierarchy thing. I'm in a volume thing here. This is for
Okay.
you not to worry about. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to the art folder that I made.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm,
and the art folder here is a 23 art folder, and I did a wooden boat hierarchy photograph, Lady Washington, and I'm going to create a collection in here, and not a set, but a collection, because I've already got the hierarchy file here. So this set, I'm going to call this um, PT Clouds. Um, Afternoon. Okay. So now they're going to go, boom, they're in there. Okay. So they're in there. That folder has those in
mhm.
there. So I click on that. I click on Lady Washington. and now I'm beginning to make a new folder for printing and for doing my project that I'm working on. So we
Right.
have so we have um, in review here, we have our previous import. We
Mhm.
just imported those. It got rid of the previous import because you have to organize before you bring other photos in.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
If you highlight one and you want to find out an adjacent photo or photos that were brought in similar time or similar color,
Mhm.
so these are all sorted by color, okay?
Okay.
And so it comes into the quick collection. There's so many different ways to find all your photos, you
Okay.
know, to get
Okay.
in there and to find them. And
Okay. And
yeah,
that's what I have
I
to
know.
figure out in my head and put it down and be consistent, you know?
Well, the thing is not being consistent is to get into a flow that's going to allow you, hang on here, get into a flow that's going to work for you. But my tips and tricks about how to be slow, methodical, will always bring you back to here. I'm going to show you right now here. We're going to go back into share screen and it'll show you how to do this. Okay, we're in my Lightroom. You see my Lightroom?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in my Lightroom. I'm going to go down to the beginning of my folders. Okay, so it says collections here. So this is your best friend. So when it has a file folder there, that means that there are subcategories in all of these in that folder. Okay, so um, for example, for example, well, yeah, we can get out of there. So there's nothing in that folder. Hang on. So let's go. Let's see here if we got anything in this one. No, we don't. Okay.
Mm.
So here we go. We have Ansel Adams and Son's perspective. So we've got this folder here. So let's say I want to look at this again today. I go right click and I add a color and I want to add a red color to that because today is a good red day. So I go down and I hit red, okay?
Mhm.
And then I'm going to close the art folder here and I'm going to close this other art folder. I'm going to close this other art folder and this other art folder just so I can show you how to streamline everything and not have everything open.
Okay.
But you can see Bon Voyage Pam, Book Me 20, Boom Festival, Boom Festival, Boulder, okay? When I was in Boulders, Lifers Movie Night, that was the night that um, we did movies at my friend's house. So
Mhm.
I hit the space bar and I can go into quick view. Okay, I hit the G
Yeah.
and I go back to grid. I hit minus and I can see all my photographs. Okay, okay, I hit plus. Okay, and then what I do is I also see that I have movies in this photograph in this folder and I have stills and I have more stills here. So I have all of these stills from my work with Bethy. Okay, so there's 137 stills in this folder that are still connected and beautiful.
Mhm.
They're just growing. Um, so for example, if you shoot everything in RAW and you take this photograph here, you hit D as in develop, and this is another class that you'll be looking forward to.
Okay.
I'll show you my workflow that allows that photograph, which is beautiful, right?
Right. Right.
Right. And let's see, that photograph has already been worked on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go command, I'm going to duplicate that photograph. So now I have two photographs of the same thing, and
Okay.
I'm going to say reset, reset. So I'm going to reset that photograph. Okay, that's
Original.
that's the way
It came in.
that photograph.
Oh,
So if you
wow.
hit L, you can.
Side to side.
Okay, so that's how I'm going to share with you. I'm an architectural photographer, so I'm going to show. I mean, and so I get everything straight and this and that and shadows open. But that photograph, because it was shot in RAW, I don't take my camera off RAW. I shoot nothing in JPEG.
Mm.
Is like the negative. It allows me to do all this stuff. I'll show you how to burn and dodge this little light from the window that was on this little shiny book here.
Oh,
I'll show you how to open up the shadows in another class, and I'll show you how to make this beautiful photograph out of this one. And you can also save your presets of the day that you're working on these photos.
hmm.
You can save that preset, and then what happens when you save that preset, you go and you stripe a bunch of photographs.
Mhm.
Let's get out of here. Let's go G. So for example, I'm in this photograph and I want to save that preset. Again, another class, another time, but I save that preset. These are all my presets. I say check all, okay, and then I go copy and check this out. So then I take that photograph and I paste that preset in there.
How do you do that?
Command V as in Victor.
And B. Oh my goodness. Is that all I've had friends give me presets and it's like, I don't know how to apply them.
So this is it. So watch. So now they're both the same.
Oh yeah. Wow.
They're both the same in one freaking stroke. And I can
Right.
do that. And I
You
can
can do that
take
to
this
10 pictures
photograph.
at one time, right?
Well, yeah, I can take this photograph and Charlie that. So that photograph, and I can put that preset on there. Hang on.
Preset. Oh my goodness.
Hang on. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, because I got two selected. Hang on. So you click in the frame to unselect the second one, and then I hit the Hang on. I don't know why it's not presetting that. Develop settings, paste settings. Okay, so when the command strokes don't work, you just paste the settings. Okay,
Okay.
and it obviously was not perfect for that photograph
Gotcha. Sure, sure.
because it was a different photograph. But anyways, and so it was perfect for this photograph
Yeah,
because look,
yeah.
that's the rest of the living room.
Right. So Jeff, I saw the little box come up and you said these were all the presets for that photograph, but I didn't
Okay.
see where you copied to paste that
Oh,
preset.
here I'll show you. I'll show you. So I've I've worked on this photograph. Okay.
Hmm?
I've worked on this photograph. Okay.
Okay.
That I like it right there.
Right.
Okay. So
Right.
I like it right there. I hit Command Copy with a C,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
Okay.
you decide what you want to copy, and
Oh,
you say copy right there.
oh my God. Okay.
Then you copy that, and then you go to the next photograph because we're in develop mode now. You go to the next photograph and you go Command Victor,
Right.
and it automatically should make that photograph the same as that one. And let's see if it did. It did the exposure right. So that photograph must have been a different mood or scape. So then you have to go in there and start to play with it. Okay.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have to play with it.
Okay.
and get your everything going on here.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
and so there's ways to do everything in
Good.
dark room, in Lightroom.
Oh,
And
okay.
okay, so
Okay. Cool.
um if there's any questions that you have, I can answer those. We're pretty much into an hour here, and
Yeah, yeah, Jeff. No, actually, oh my goodness, I'm very inspired. I'm really excited. Yeah, yeah. I think all this little stuff together is going to help me, move along and get it in that collection, get it in that
well,
order.
look, you're doing salsa right now. It's like a dance.
I'm doing
I grew up in Mexico and in Southern California, so I'm a dancer. I love to dance. But when you're doing that, it means you're an artist. You know, not a lot of people talk with their hands. You know,
Oh,
so
how fun. I
I
do.
see you.
Thank you. I do talk a lot with my hands, but my family thinks I'm crazy. So,
No, 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 no. You are crazy, but so am I. You know, so but
yeah,
so
no,
Kathy, where are you from, Kathy?
I'm from San Jose, California, born and
Okay, but
raised.
what is your nationality?
Oh, my Mexican American. My parents were
Okay,
born in New Mexico, but my grandparents were born in Mexico.
so that's why you're brown.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
but do you hablar español? Do you hablar?
Oh, no, no. You know what? I under comprende poquito
Poquito.
only because, but you know what, Jeff? There was a time many, many, many years ago where when my older sister and brother went to grammar school, they knew the grandparents. I never knew my grandparents, and of course, my mom and dad would speak Spanish in the house. Well, the principal and their teacher came over to my mom and dad's house, knocked on the door, and literally asked them not to speak Spanish because it would be a disservice to my older brother and sister at the time. They were little. And my mom, kind of caved in and said, "Oh my God, I don't want to hurt them, and we'll never speak Spanish." So they never spoke Spanish to their kids after that. Now they spoke it to each other, and that's how I picked it up. So I just know some of it, but it has to be very
Okay.
basic, the lingo that I'm used to.
What I learned, you have to go to the country to really get it.
That's what I heard. And I lived in Cuernavaca for 2 weeks, and I was really bad. I had too much fun. I had too much fun to focus on. Like, I got around.
So you said you got a new house. Is this your new house?
I did. Yeah, yeah, Jeff. It's about 2 years. It'll be 2 years in October that we moved
It's a
here.
beauty.
I'm sorry.
It's a beauty. I like
Oh,
it.
thank you. I'm not sure what you can see. These are the
I can
photos.
see your walls. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I took this
Oh, it's
one,
a beauty.
Paso Robles, oh, Avila Beach. That's my husband in Maui. And that's me in Pismo Beach. My nephew took
Okay.
that one. Yeah, I like, that I love the house. It's roomy, but we put in a bid for this house when we still thought that, well, we still had my father, who was a World War II veteran. So
Uh-huh.
we took care of him for 12 years. And the idea was for him to live with us, of course, like the last 12 years. Well, he passed in that time. So we moved here, which is all great, beautiful home, but we've never lived in the Central Valley before. And it
Oh.
is something else. It is so hot. We get critters. If they're not ants, they're moths, they're beetle bugs. We always get, everybody does. They
Are you dreaming of a new place?
Yes. We're actually dreaming about going back to the Central Coast. After San Jose, to take care of my father, we moved to the Central Coast, which is more like Pismo Beach. We lived in Santa Maria, which is a real, it was cute in our gated community for seniors, because that's where I took care of my father. But to
Right.
live there, I wouldn't care to really live there for me, my husband. So we're hoping to get back to the Central Coast, Jeff, but we need to downsize. There's no way we could afford this house in the Central Coast. but that's where we like to be. So we're going to
Well,
downsize.
houses are $1 million now. Houses are $1 million
I
now.
know. I know.
It's
That's
fucked up.
insane.
It's
That's
amazing. It's
insane. It
amazing.
sure is. But I'll tell you, Jeff, my dream would be to have land, to have like an acre or two and two tiny homes. And I can get my dogs and I can grow stuff.
Have a studio or rent one
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
Not my husband comes home, he works a lot. He comes home and there's always something. We're fixing the toilet, we're having to, repair this, repair that. The microwave went down. There's a lot of that little stuff going on where I feel like, as we get older, I don't want that maintenance, that stress for him. I want us to be comfortable. I want us to be comfortable. I want to come home and enjoy the Photoshop, the photo taking, the go to the winery and listen to some music. And he likes to paint. So that's something he'd like to do when he retires. So he hasn't got to that yet. But and I officially
Well,
retired, Jeff.
I appreciate the backstory and people navigating this world. It's about legacy,
Yeah.
and how to
Yeah.
do your projects, and
Oh.
you
Oh,
know.
definitely. I put the stuff, I put the letters in the photos, and I'll tell you, Jeff, I haven't even read all the letters because it is hard. It is hard to read those letters from my brother to his father and all his, dreams. He had plans. He had plans. And then there's letters that are saying, return to sender because you look at the date and he was already deceased. And it's just, and then how I felt as a child when my,
Did we lose him in Nam? Did we lose your brother
yes,
in Nam?
yes, in
Oh,
66, yes. And he was only 19. And when we lost my brother, I'll tell you, I was only 5, but I only remember him so vividly because he would spoil me. I was always in his arms. And so that was unconditional love I've never experienced in my life, ever. And I just feel like I have these pictures and I have these letters. How many people can say they have these letters of their loved one that has passed? And so I really want to do something special. And I was going to say that and what I went through when the lights went out. I mean, when my brother passed, the lights went out. It was like I saw everything in black and white instead of color because my mother just wanted to die. She just literally wanted to die. And the doctor said, you have 2 more daughters, so you need to shake it off. Jeff, can you see that? This is my
sure.
grandfather's grocery store in Mountain View. My
Wow.
dad's side, he had a rich history in Mountain View. Yeah. Then we moved to San Jose while I was still very young. But yes, Jeff, I absolutely enjoyed today. It was really great. We do have a pullback here for us people in this hot heat and
Oh,
this
good.
crazy heat. So yes, I will do that today. But Jeff, I'm
So
excited.
yeah. Tell me about your package with Tutor. How many classes did you get from them?
I have, well, I started a long time ago because I was in a class and I needed algebra. So I started with
Mhm.
that. And then I finished my class and I still had credit. So when I had
Okay.
asked them, like, oh, can I just get, and this was at least, Jeff, about a year and a half ago. And I said, oh, do I
Right.
just get reimbursed? Oh, no, we don't reimburse. You have to find something. I was like, oh, okay. And so I thought, oh, maybe music lessons. Okay, that didn't happen. But I thought, the book, I want to get my brother's book. And I sit on it because I don't know how to manipulate so well. It's just
Right.
trial and error. So that's how it would happen. So I have a $500 credit, and that's only going to take us probably like 5, 6 lessons to do, if that.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then,
Let's do that and then go on
yeah,
our own. And
exactly.
and and I my preference is Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
And Thursday this week, I could probably fit you in for a short class.
Okay.
And for the next 3 weeks, I'm pretty slammed, but it's okay. I'm getting ready for a show and
Okay.
navigating that. And I had hernia surgery a couple nights ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. I
Yeah, I
didn't
had her.
ask you about that. You did mention that. How you doing? You look
Yeah,
great.
I feel okay. I feel okay. It's the, I still have my bandage on, and I haven't taken that off yet, and
Okay.
so I feel good, and just navigating, getting ready for this show, and
Okay.
so I'm gonna go now. And
Okay.
when would you like another class?
I'm gonna be fooling around with my with everything you taught me now. I'm excited. I've got stuff to work with.
And
I can
go take the email link and link on to the Photoshop group in Facebook, and
okay.
you'll see
Will do.
this. You'll see this there. This
Okay.
video.
Okay. Okay. And then so what? So Jeff, so next week you're gonna be pretty busy, pretty slammed.
Well, it doesn't matter. I can take 1 hour out for you to help us to move forward for you, because you need to learn and to share. So
Okay.
I'm willing at noon, Thursday or
Okay.
Tuesday or
Okay.
Thursday.
What I'm thinking next week, giving me some time to fool around with some stuff. So I'm thinking next week, either Tuesday or Thursday, whatever day works for you.
Let's see, what is next week? Tuesday, I think I'm going to the Mariner game. How about Thursday next week?
Okay,
I'll
Thursday
see you
next week.
Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, what date is that?
I think that is Jeff. Let me, what did I do here?
I've got it here. It's the 24th.
Oh, is it?
No,
Okay.
no,
Yes, yes,
it's
yes.
the 31st. It's the 31st.
That's right. The Thursday, the 24th is this Thursday. So the 31st.
Yeah, Kathy.
You got it
Kathy.
at noon.
Kathy PS class 12. Okay, so
Now
we'll
you
go
introduced me
here.
to a Kim. Is she still your assistant?
Who did I introduce
Kim?
you to?
Kim?
Hang on. Kim's my girlfriend.
Oh, okay, okay.
When did you see Kim? Have we
No, I
met
didn't
before?
see her when we first talked, Jeff. Kim was there with you, and you said Kim's here, say hi, or something like that.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
my girlfriend. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
my
yeah,
girlfriend.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
sweet.
she's a sweetheart.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
I had a great time today, and I got to run. We're
Okay,
15 minutes over, and so
sounds
what
good.
I'll do is I'll bill them for today, and we'll just keep
Okay,
going till you're done, and then we'll go on our own.
sounds good. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Okay.
You take
Hasta
care.
luego.
Okay, bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye bye.